Assalamu alaikum, dear friends. How are you? Respect, respect. Being respected is considered as a very important achievement indeed. And if at all somebody feels that they are not respected at all, they feel worthless. So I think it is really important for all of us to learn, to know, to understand how can I be respected by the people where I live and where I work? Because without that, there is no satisfaction at all. Let's make it a topic of our discussion today. Let's find out what are the ways to do that. How can we become a respected person in the society? What if there are certain simple ways to do that? Let's look upon this subject. Let's explore it. And there are certain things to understand because without understanding these certain things, we will never be able to be respected by the people. And these things are only seven in number. Just seven things to understand. Just seven things to keep in the mind. So the first thing is it is the verbal communication. Verbal communication is the number one thing. Now the second is the body language. The third is it is actions. Number four, it is personal qualities. Number five, it is the interaction. Number six, it is the digital presence. And number seven, we need to remember certain things. Let's begin with the first one, which is the verbal communication. While we are talking about the verbal communication, there are five things to be remembered in this respect. Number one, it is speak clearly and confidently. If at all we want to improve, if at all we want to be good at verbal communication, so we need to learn, we need to know five things. The first one, it is speak clearly and confidently. Number two, it is use respectful language and tone. Using of respectful language and tone. The third thing, it is listen actively and attentively. Listening actively and listening attentively when somebody is talking. Number four, it is avoid gossip and negativity. Avoiding gossip, avoiding negativity. And number five, it is be honest and be transparent. So these are the five things. If at all we want to make our communication good enough, if we want to be good at verbal communication, so these are the five things to understand and to be remembered. Now the next segment, the second one, it is body language. We need to take care of our body language as well. So once we talk about the body language, again there are five things to understand. And the number one, it is maintaining eye contact. Maintain an eye contact. Number two, stand up straight and smile. Standing up straight, and smile. Stand tall, standing up straight and smile. I need to learn to smile frequently. You and many of the people need to learn to smile frequently. Now, the third is it is use open and approachable gestures. Using open and approachable gestures. Number four, it is avoid crossing arms. Avoid crossing arms. Avoid crossing legs. So that is, it is important that not to cross the arms, not to cross the legs. And now the fifth is make use of positive facial expression. Making usage of positive facial expression. So that is these are the five things as far the body language is concerned. Body language out of the seven, it is the second thing to understand, to learn. The first one is the verbal communication. The second one, it is the body language. The third thing to understand, it is action. We need to learn what kind of actions are needed. Again, there are only five. The first one, it is be punctual and be reliable. Mean being punctual, being there at the right time, delivering your work at the right time, and be, reliable. Whatever commitment you make, it is important to honor the commitment. That is in letter and spirit. Honoring our commitment in letter and spirit. That is how we can be considered a reliable person and a punctual person. The second thing, as for the actions are concerned, the second tip, it is set, it is the it is set boundaries and assert yourself. There must be boundaries, no matter what we are trying to do, with whom we are interacting. There must be certain rules, there must be certain regulations. Without that, I think, if at all there are no boundaries, it means that it will be total chaos. We will be manipulated, we will be humiliated, and we will be disgraced as well. So it is really, really important that we people become, it is set boundaries and assert yourself. Not only setting the boundaries, rather we need to enforce the boundaries. We need to assert the boundaries as well, and asserting ourselves as well. Now the third thing, which is important enough, that is take responsibility for your mistake. Everybody makes mistake. Everybody makes mistake. But blaming others for your mistakes, that is quite deplorable, and it makes us quite a nonsense person. Something which is highly important, it is that take responsibility for your mistakes. The mistakes will keep happening every now and then. Own it. Do not try to throw it upon another person. At the same time, try to correct yourself, try to improve yourself. Now, the fourth thing, as for the actions are concerned, the fourth tip, it is show appreciation and gratitude. If at all somebody has performed well, they definitely deserve the appreciation. Don't be stingy in that at all. Now, as far the gratitude is concerned, if at all somebody has done anything good, somebody has done a small, even a smaller favor to you, I think we need to show the gratitude. We need to become grateful to that particular person. So now the fifth, it is be grateful in general, and be grateful to that particular person as well. Now the fifth thing, as for the actions are concerned, it is be consistent in your word and action. Being consistent in your word and in your action, so that is being consistent, my dear friends and fellows. Because if at all there is a contradiction between what somebody says and what somebody does, I think that will not earn them a respect at all. So be consistent in your word, in your action. Also, as for the consistency is concerned, that is, be persistent. Now the three things have been talked about. The first one was the verbal communication. The second was body language. The third is our action. Now the fourth is personal qualities. Now we are going to talk about the personal qualities. Now these personal qualities are also five in number, which must be taken care of, which must be garnered, which must be developed in ourselves. Number one, it is integrity. Being honest on the one hand, being a man of principle on the other hand. So that will make us, a person of the integrity. Now the second is empathy. Second thing is empathy. Mean be sympathetic. Try to put yourself into the shoes of another person. Trying to put ourselves into the shoes of another person, and then thinking what I would have been doing if I were in the same place. So that is called empathy. Now, the third thing, it is authenticity. What is the authenticity? Be genuine. Whatever style is not your, whatever is not your, you shouldn't try to say that this is mine. Be authentic. Now the now the fourth is as for the personal qualities are concerned. The fourth important personal quality It is the humility. Don't be boastful person at all. Don't be an arrogant person at all. Rather, what is needed is that we need to adopt uh, humility. That is the fourth quality. As for the personal qualities are concerned, the fifth quality, it is the self discipline. Self discipline is extremely important for the reason that those people who don't have the self discipline, they do not succeed at all. The success remain far away from those people. It is, if at all somebody says what quality you would like to have in yourself, if at all you are asked that only one quality, so it is the number one quality, that is called self discipline. Now we have talked about the four aspects of our project. The first one was verbal communication, the second was body language, the third was our actions, the fourth is our personal qualities. Now the fifth is interaction with other people. While interacting with other people, again there are five things to be remembered, to be kept in the mind, and to be given due importance. The one is treat others with kindness and respect. Treating other people with respect, with kindness. If at all we want to be respected amongst the people and we don't respect other people, we are not kind hearted to other people. So that is totally wrong. Now, the second thing is it is use people's names and titles. Using, we are talking about our interactions with the people. While interacting with other people, we need to use the name of another person, we need to use the title of another person, because they feel respected in this manner. If at all they are respected, they will like to respect us in return as well. Now, the third thing, as far our interactions with the people is concerned, the third thing is show genuine interest in others. Showing up genuine interest in others. If at all we are not interested in others, the other people too will think that okay, I'm not interested in you at all. Now the fourth thing, as far our interaction with other people is concerned, the fourth tip is avoid interrupting or dismissing. Don't be dismissive of another person's opinion at all. Don't keep interrupting another person at all, because they will like to do the same thing with you as well. Now, as for the fifth thing is concerned, the fifth quality, the fifth tip for the purpose of having a great interaction with the people, it is be open minded and be responsive as well. Do not close your mind at all. Whatever, there is a lot of good which we can gain, learn, and adopt from other people. So if at all we are not open minded, I think we will be a total failure. And for that purpose, we need to be open minded, and we need to be responsive, respond to them positively, constructively. So this is the segment of the fifth segment of you know getting respected by the people. It is interaction. The first one was verbal communication, the second was body language, the third is our action, the fourth is our personal qualities, the fifth is our interaction. Now the sixth is going to be the digital presence. That is something not very old, because this is the age of the social media. And if at all this is an age of the social media, so we need to look upon all that. So now, my dear friends and fellows, as for the digital presence is concerned, use professional profiles and avatars, once we are there on the social media. So we cannot exclude the social media at all. It has become that much important in our life. So using our professional profile and outdoors, that is the tip number one. Now, as for the digital presence is concerned, the seventh segment, the sixth segment rather, which is about digital presence and use professional profiles and avatars. The second tip, as for the digital presence, it is post respectful and thoughtful content. Always post the respectful and the thoughtful content only. If at all it is not respectful, do not post it, do not share it. If at all it is not a thoughtful one, do not share it with others at all. So it is really important that posting of respectful and thoughtful content. Now the third thing as for the digital presence is concerned, the third thing which must be remembered, it is avoid online conflicts and drama. Avoiding online conflicts and the drama, that is really really bad. Do not keep conflicting with other people. Do not keep doing the drama with other people. What very very important. Now the fourth is, that is respond promptly and promptly to the messages. Responding promptly to the messages. Do not keep the other people in waiting at all, because that too will create a kind of frustration in the minds and the hearts of the people for you. So now the fifth thing, as far the digital presence is concerned, the fifth thing to be remembered, the fifth tip to be adopted, that is maintain online boundaries as well. Maintaining online boundaries as well, because the boundaries are so important. The boundaries are very important. If at all we are doing it the freestyle, that freestyle will be will we may have to pay a higher price, because that means that neither we are respecting the people, neither we are taking care of the emotions of the thoughts of the other people, nor they are taking care of us. Quite contrary to that, we are talking about how to be respected by the people. So, as for the digital presence is concerned, there were five things to be remembered, five tips to be remembered. Now, the next and the last segment is, it is remember, respect yourself first. Respecting yourself first. If at all I'm not respecting myself, maybe no one else is going to respect me at all. If at all you are not respecting yourself first, other people are not going to respect you at all. So respect yourself first, and remember that consistency is the key. If at all we are not consistent, it means we are nothing. But if at all we are consistent, it means quite a lot of good thing. Because any good thing, if at all it is not done consistently, it may be a useless, or it will not be able to benefit us the way it should have been benefiting us. Now the third thing to be remembered, it is actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. Now the fourth thing, it is the fourth thing to be remembered, be patient and be persistent. Patience on the one hand, persistence on the other hand. Now the fifth and last thing to be remembered, it is self improvement. Earns respect. Self improvement earns respect. As for the self improvement is concerned, maybe nothing is as good as this one. That is quite comprehensive, because self improvement is needed everywhere else. As for my health is concerned, my fitness is concerned, my financial status is concerned, my mental abilities, my cognitive functions are concerned, as for my behavior with other people is concerned, as for my self respect and self compassion is concerned. So it is the improvement which will earn us the respect. So, dear friends and fellows, remember that respect is not imposed. Respect is something which is not imposed at all. Rather, it is something which is earned. So that is all from me at the moment. Thank you very